Hey guys, it's me, Jacko, and today I'm going to be showing you how to get Stardew Valley mods. Now, this tutorial is originally meant for some of my friends to show them how to get started modding, but I decided to upload it onto my main channel so everybody can start modding. So, the first thing we're going to want to do is install SMAPI, and what SMAPI does is it's basically the thing that's going to let you mod. Because Stardew Valley does not have workshop support on Steam and others, so you're going to have to do it yourself. So we're going to start off on our Google tab and head over to the link. All these links are going to be in the description, by the way, so just check the description for these. And we're going to start off by downloading SMAPI. I'm going to go here and hit direct download. So now we have SMAPI downloaded, and we're going to take a random file. So let's just go to our desktop, just create a new folder. We're going to name this SMAPI. And I already have a file on here, so I'm just going to name something else so it doesn't get caught. So now that we're in here, we're going to take our file, and then we're going to extract it. By the way, if you do not have 7-zip installed, or WinRAR, I prefer WinRAR. I'd recommend installing that beforehand. It's going to make your life 10 times easier. So we're going to extract this into here. So now we have our installer. So the next thing we're going to want to do is go to install on Windows. I don't think any of you guys have a Mac or Linux, but if you do, you're going to take these ones instead. So we hit install on Windows, and it's going to open up a command file. Now this is going to look weird if you don't use these normally, but trust me, everything's fine. You're going to type 1, because this is going to install SMAPI, and then you're going to hit enter. It's going to do some stuff, and then it should find your Steam file. Now, this is very important. Do not exit this screen. What we're going to need to do is where it says right here, where it says basically this is where your Stardew Valley is being stored. What you're going to want to do is you're going to want to take this, make sure it's all like highlighted, right click where it says select SMAPI, which is basically the part of the window, and then you're going to see edit, then hit copy. Now that's going to take that and it's going to copy it. This is very important once we want to actually launch this from Steam and get achievements working. So now that is all of that part done. Well, it's not all done, my bad. So we're going to take our Steam thing for Stardew Valley. We're going to right click on Stardew Valley, hit properties, and here in launch options, we're going to paste that command into there. I already have it pasted, but if you don't, it's going to just look blank. Now we're going to sit here and boot Stardew Valley up, and you should launch like this. Now I already have mods installed, so this is going to take a bit to start the game. So we're just going to let this start, and I'll be right back with you. Okay, so now that we're in Stardew Valley, we can close the game. What that did is it just installed a new folder onto Stardew Valley, which is called the mods folder. Now, if you did all this right, that should be the SMAPI part installed. And now we can actually get to the fun part, which is installing mods. Yep, okay. So this part is done. Alright, now let's go and find our mods. So, I have 3 essential mods that I think everyone should download, as they're going to make your life a lot easier when installing mods, because a lot of mods are going to depend on some of these. Now, first of all, where you're going to want to get your mods, if you're just looking to mod, you don't want these for some reason, you're going to head over to Nexus Mods. And if you haven't already made an account with Nexus Mods, go ahead and make an account, or else you won't be able to install these. Now you're going to navigate to the Stardew Valley option. If you don't see it, just hit the search bar, search for it. Now here's where all your Stardew Valley mods are, and you can take any one you want, and I'll describe installing these later. But for now, we're going to focus on these 3 essential mods I told you about. So let's take this first one, which should be, this is the generic mod config menu. Now, what this is it's just a general framework for our mods, which is going to make it easier. So to install this, we're going to head here, click on Files, and then we're going to go to the latest one, which should be for 1.5, which is the version we're currently on, by the way. We're going to hit Manual Download, and now it's going to say additional files are required. This is just SMAPI. We have this installed already. If it says anything else, you're probably going to want to install it. Alright, then we're going to hit download. So now we have our first mod. Now let's navigate to the second mod. This should be the content patcher, if I put these in correctly. Yes. The content patcher. Now how this works is in your Stardew Valley folder, if you have character portraits, things like that, they are called XNB files. Changing them can sometimes disrupt your game flow, and we don't want that. What this does is it's going to change those files without actually changing the files. It's going to do it on the fly in game. So it's going to basically leave your game folder intact while being able to run mods. So it's really nice. A lot of mods require content patcher. So if you see the abbreviation CP next to one of the mods, that's probably going to have to require content patcher. And it'll probably ask you to download it as well with the requirements. So we're going to hit manual download again. And it requires SMAPI, but we already have that. So we're going to hit download. And there we go. That's our second mod. Now we're going to get our third essential mod in here. Remember, all these links are in the description. And this is called Image Ed. To be honest, I don't really remember why I put this in here. I think it basically just works with Content Patcher to make it much easier. I installed this when I first started getting mods, and it's worked ever since, so I'd recommend also installing it. So we're going to hit manual download again. You get the drill. Okay, now we have our 3 essential mods. So finding our mods is done. Now we need to find the game folder, and you probably already know where this is, but if you don't, what we're going to do is going to go to Steam. Remember, this is for Steam. I can't help you if you're on GOG or anything else. We're going to want to go to Stardew Valley on Steam, right click, then we're going to want to hit manage, then go to browse local files, and this should open up a new folder called Stardew Valley. This is where everything that Stardew Valley has is being held. So now we're going to navigate to our mods folder, and since we've located it, we can say this is done. Okay, now I already have some mods installed already, but if this is going to look basically completely blank for you. We're going to take these mods that we just installed, and one by one, we are going to drag them into our mods folder. And I'm not going to do this part because I already have these installed and it's going to mess up my game. But what you're going to want to do is you just want to extract all of these separately in this mod folder. And then you'll have files that look like this instead of the zipped up version of them. And then you should be done. And if you run the game, you'll have these 3 mods installed. Then you'll be able to install any mod you want after that, and you should be able to get mods. So, in general, that's how Stardew Valley modding works. Surprisingly simple for what it is. If you like this tutorial, make sure to subscribe to me if you want to. It took me a decent bit of time to put this together, and I have to go get to my virtual class. So, I'll see you guys next time. Signing off.